If I was given the opportunity to do it all over again, so go back to being 20, what would I do different? Before we get right into the video, I'd like to talk to you guys about something really important. I have expressed on this channel so many times how important it is to seek professional help. And I've also been transparent and vocal about my issues, especially with anxiety. I mentioned in a video of mine last year and also several videos this year about my journey through therapy, how I started it late last year, how it has changed my life. But I always say, when you've tried everything, things doesn't seem to get better for you, then you need to go to a professional, someone who is licensed, someone who is experienced, someone who has the degree, someone who has been educated and knowledgeable in this field that you have issues, or this area that you have issues or you're struggling with. This is where BetterHelp comes in. So thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. If you've never heard of BetterHelp before, I don't know where you are. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service that is done 100% online, which is amazing because obviously we're busy, we're booked, we're working, we have lives that literally cramp up most of the time, especially mine. With the help of BetterHelp, you have access to over 30,000 professional, licensed, experienced therapists that can help with a variety of issues. So name it, whatever you think your issue is, you can find a professional on BetterHelp to help you with that issue. To get started, all you need to do is fill out a few questions about your needs and preferences in terms of therapy, and they will match you to a therapist that is best suited for those needs. And talk to your therapy however you feel comfortable. So if it's text, if it's calls, emails, video calls. And a good thing again is you can talk to them at any time that you want to talk to them. So you definitely can create a schedule that fits to your lifestyle. If you're matched with a therapist, you give it a try and you feel like you just need someone else for some reason, they don't work out for you, you can go ahead and switch your therapist without an extra cost. BetterHelp literally gives you the same quality of therapy that you'd expect from an in-house or an in-office therapist at your convenience, online, at an affordable price. If you've ever tried to look for a therapist online before, you know how difficult it is to pick the one that literally suits the needs, because obviously you need to go through a few. If you've had that experience, you understand what I'm saying. You go through a few before you get the right one. But with a custom pick for you with the help of BetterHelp, that is amazing. The second great thing about BetterHelp is the flexibility and affordability of the service. You guys know how expensive therapy can be. It is literally luxury for most people nowadays, but BetterHelp believes that everyone deserves the opportunity to get a therapist whenever they want to. You guys know I wouldn't put you onto something without giving you a little bit more. You can get 10% off your first month using my link betterhelp.com/LucyBenson. It is also linked in the description box below. I'm going to say this again, like I've always said in my videos. Please, 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 you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to carry the burden alone. You don't have to suffer in silence. Go to BetterHelp. They will get you the help that you need. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed. We have a good time on this channel. You've seen by the title, we're talking about things that I would focus on in my 20s. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. I sat down today and I was like, if I was given the opportunity to do it all over again, so go back to being 20, what would I do different? What would I focus on? Pretty much that was like the main idea or the main thought when I decided to make this video. I feel like I can't say everything in one video, so I'll probably make a part 2 or part 3. In my 20s, I've learned so much. I've made so many mistakes. I've told you guys many times my different mistakes here and there, my flaws, all that kind of stuff. The first thing I would focus on is discipline and taking action. Early 20s, girl, I will procrastinate. I will give myself 1,000,001 reasons why I need to wait till I get something done. It's always something that has to do with, if you start now, you don't have the right, resources to do it now. You might look stupid. You might not get it right because you don't look like this, because you don't have this, because you don't do this. I'll talk myself out of doing something. There is never a right time for anything. The right time is now. I will take action and I will stick to it, and I'll be disciplined enough to get through with it. Like, no matter how difficult it is. Discipline is the biggest thing that will help you and save you in your life, especially in your 20s. Your 20s, oh my God, especially in the beginning, you have a lot of things that would seem so new, so flashy. The excitement you'll get, being an adult, doing things by yourself, living alone, dating, friendship, blah, 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 blah. a lot of shiny things that you never thought you'd be experiencing, you would experience them in your 20s, especially your early 20s. That's when you start to make a lot of mistakes that could cost you your life. The mistakes that most people make in their 20s honestly breaks them for the rest of their lives, and that's something that most people don't really know or talk about as much. I always say enjoy your 20s. Your 20s are not for when you want to be a billionaire. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If you're working towards that, you're working towards that. Like, don't expect that's what's going to happen in your 20s. Like all of the things we see nowadays on social media where people are like 21, 22 becoming billionaires, that's nice, that's cool. That pretty much shows that everything is possible. That's what it should be, an inspiration to you. But then don't beat yourself down if that's not happening for you. That's not your journey. The only thing that puts your head in check, the only thing that makes you achieve the goals that you have set out to achieve, short or long-term goals, is discipline. The only thing that makes you stick to your standards, which, to be honest with you, sticking to your standards, especially when it comes to dating, it is so difficult to do. That's one thing that I will focus on, being disciplined with my finances, with my health, with everything, dating, family. Just be disciplined. The second thing I'd focus on is finding something that I'm good at and being passionate about it. So driving it and pushing it forward. I feel like in our 20s, at least in my 20s, as like my early 20s, I focus more on qualification. I focus more on book-like things of how life should be. What your parents say should happen to you when you're 19, 20, 21, 22. What they say you should have checked at that time. I thought in my head I had to tick all that boxes first and have that in my palms. Before then I could do whatever I wanted to do because no one would take me seriously if I didn't have those things checked. And that's where I was wrong, because finding something that you're good at and being passionate about it could get you further in life than anything else. And quote me anywhere, the little thing that you think you like and you're good at and you do so well that you think will yield nothing would probably be the thing that would make you filthy rich. It's usually the smallest things. I always say to people, and even my siblings, I'm the first out of 4, and I talk to them all the time about, what do you like? Forget about what you think your professional life should look like, or what you think I want to hear, or what my mom wants to hear. Like, what do you want? You like weaving, if you like hair, if you like, I don't know, drawing, anything you like, just tell me. I always say that. Most of the time people shy away from saying what they truly like and what they're truly good at because they feel like it's not substantial enough, or they feel like it's not useful. That's where you're wrong. There are people nowadays making millions from selling coloring books online because they're good at coloring books, like making the books itself. Haven't you heard of that? Well, if you haven't, you should Google it. Do your research. There are people that make millions off of little things that you never expect. Make a lot of money from making graphic designs and like editing videos, pictures, taking pictures, making videos. And you know, obviously we live in a digital world right now where everything is online. People want to make their online profiles and image look good. And if you're that person that you're good at those little things, branding, you know, you can make a good living, lifetime living, career out of it. If I were to talk to my 20-year-old sister, I will tell her to find something that she's good at, be passionate about it, and just chase it alongside anything else she wants to do. The third thing I would tell my 20-year-old self to focus on would be to not settle. What people don't really understand about being in your early 20s, starting life at that age, they feel like whatever is new and available and shiny and makes them feel good at that immediate time is what they should be leaning on to. Find yourself settling in most situations, or settling with things that are available just because you think at that age that's what you should be doing. You know how people say you should have a boyfriend in your early 20s, you should be cuffed, you should be blah 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 blah. So let's say you're 22, and obviously everyone at 22 should have at least a serious partner so that you can be married at a certain age along the line, still in your 20s, right? That's what they say. Then you have a guy that you like and you're dating. You're not necessarily sure about him long term. You're not really into the relationship as much as, you know, you would like to be, but it's available and you're in your 20s. You just settle because it's what you're supposed to do at a certain age. Don't do that. So I say all of it to say you should start setting your boundaries, your standards, and they should be as high as possible from your 20s. It's harder for you to break someone that has a habit of putting themselves on top, in front. They put their needs themselves, what they like, what they don't like, they set boundaries. It's harder to break that kind of person that have been practicing that from their early 20s. You now want to break them in their late 20s. It's not even possible. To be honest with you, I didn't even know about boundaries in my early 20s. I knew nothing. I knew nothing about knowing my worth, adding tax on that. Now, the fourth thing I would tell my 20-year-old self to focus on is passive income. I'm going to explain this in the best way possible. You know how I talked about in the second point of you finding something that you like and be passionate about it and take it all the way? This is the all the way. Monetizing. So looking for a way to monetize your passions, your interests. People underestimate the power of passive income. So I never really thought about anything else aside from the conventional ways of making money. You know, like the ways that they told us that we are supposed to make money. You study, you graduate, you get a job, you make money from the job, basically. If you want to have wealth in this life, if you want to have money, you want to be rich, money has to come from different funnels, like different pipes. You need to make money in your sleep. And you don't need a lot of money to start anything. You know, sometimes the occasional $5, $10, little money that you waste on certain things like drinks, pair of jeans, slippers, eating out every other day, you could use that to do something for yourself. There are so many businesses you can start without even putting down capital or putting down payments. For instance, if you're someone that loves editing or creating graphic designs, you don't need money to start that. All you need is a strong profile. You need to put that profile in different platforms that will fetch you clients. You just need passive income. Little things that could bring you money. Even if it's $10 from somewhere, $50 from somewhere, $100 from somewhere. If I'm being quite honest with you, the energy I put into studying that degree, if I put that same energy or I split that energy in half and put half into passive income and half into my studying, I would be rich today. Look for ways and streams of income that no matter how small, no matter how stupid you think it is, monetize it and get your life started. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is maintaining and building solid friendships in your 20s. One thing that I would focus on in my early 20s, if I could go back, solid relationships with maximum 3 people, minimum 1 person, so 1 to 3. To be honest, you can make friends at any point in your life, be in your early 20s, your late 20s, your mid 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and they will be the best people in your life. It doesn't matter when, where, how you meet someone. But in our early 20s or when we're growing up, we have that urge to, you know, meet people, a lot of people. Popping, it is a thing and a trend or whatever you want to call it to have a lot of friends. I would definitely stay away from having a lot of friends in my early 20s. How we want to be focused in our early 20s to shape us for the rest of our lives starts with the kind of people that we let into our private space, people that we let into our lives, people that we spend every day with. The people that you spend time with make or break you. You begin to be like the people that you spend majority of your time with, and if it's the wrong people, then you already know how you are going to be perceived or how your life is going to be. So I would focus on making 1 to 3 friends and keeping them close to me. Life is quite unpredictable. The 1 to 3 people could fall off and would be replaced with another 1 to 3 people. That's just how I would think about it. Not more than that. That's the major key. This is not to say that I'm not going to have acquaintances or people that, you know, I talk to, hang out with, or roll with, but I'm talking about close people. There are people that have much more than that as close friends. I don't agree with that and will never agree with that. Not in this life or the life to come. That's pretty much all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe again to the channel if you're not subscribed. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. They are going to be linked in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
Those of you that are listening in your car, at your job, and you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now, cause we're about to go in. Hey, so everybody say